Hey Internet, I just upgraded from a 15-inch 2015 MacBook Pro to a 13-inch 2017 MacBook Pro. And it might seem like a questionable upgrade, like why did I make the upgrade so soon? Well, my 15-inch was busted because I accidentally spilled olive oil while I was in my backpack on it. Then I had issues with the screen and the keyboard was fucking up all the time. Sometimes it wouldn't even work for me to log in to use my computer. And the cost to repair my computer would have been more than to just get a new one entirely. So I found out I can get some money back through a gift card for Apple if I upgraded my computer. I told them my computer was not busted. They said that I'd get at least like almost $600. I ended up getting $200 because they ended up doing a thorough investigation of the computer's status. I mean, there are a few things that I do like about having this new computer. Its smaller profile is easier to fit into my backpack and I could have more room. I also really love the trackpad. It's way more spacious and it's easier to edit. But the keyboard is shallower than I prefer. And I'm missing all kinds of ports that I had with my other MacBook. All I have is 2 Lightning ports and one of them is for charging. So I had to get this little doohickey. It expands it. Now I have a few different options, even HDMI out. But I shouldn't have to rely upon this malarkey. And I hate the fact that everything is soldered into my computer. They made upgrading this motherfucker impossible without taking it down to Apple. That's more money. Now, there are a few obvious questions that I'm expecting from you guys. Hey, why didn't you switch to Windows? They got the computers that you could write on the screen and you can detach it from the keyboard, turn it into a tablet, all this fancy stuff you can do. There's a few reasons why I didn't switch to Windows. One, I'm accustomed to editing on Final Cut. And I prefer Final Cut, not because it's better than the Adobe Suite, because there's some amazing things you could do with the Adobe Suite. But one of the things you can't do is pay for it outright and just own it. You have to keep paying some monthly fucking fees to use it, which is bullshit to me. I'm a one and done kind of fella. And the other reason why I can't switch to Windows, which is probably the most important reason, I can't fund the Bill Gates empire because he's a psychopath. And he's more than likely responsible for this coronavirus. And he wants to give all of us forced vaccinations. And he's not a doctor. He didn't even create the software that he got rich off of. He's a rich dickbag. And I refuse to give him any money. And you'll never find out about Bill Gates' true intentions because he is the MS and MSNBC. He's been funding propaganda since before he got his first billion. I know there are a bunch of you guys screaming at the top of your lungs, hey dude, Apple isn't full of a bunch of saints. They got slave labor creating those devices. Yeah, Internet, you're right, and I'm sad that I have so few choices. I have to choose the sociopaths who run Apple or give my money to a psychopath like Bill Gates. That's why we need more competition. Because just like the phones, you got Google and you got Apple, and they're both hella anti-competitive. We need more options for the consumers. If you're thinking about getting a new one from Apple, don't do it. You shouldn't do it for the same reason this will probably be my last Apple product. Because that company is being run by jerk-offs. The newer ones, you can't do what I just did. The RAM is friggin' soldered to the logic board. Why would any company do that? Maybe they're just all evil dicks. Whatever the reason is, they will get none of my money until they stop being such jerk-offs. They might be saying, hey Nate, there's Linux. Come on. I don't know what I can edit on Linux, Sorry. So is the 13-inch 2017 MacBook Pro perfect? No. It performs solidly. I have a few issues with the hiccups with the software, but there are a few things that I enjoy switching from my 2015 15-inch. Like knowing I'm not giving that dickbag Bill Gates any money. The screen is good too. Plus, I already got so much invested in Apple's ecosystem. I would love to see all of the developers of the apps for both of these systems coming together like some kind of a union and then incentivize someone to create another platform. Something that we can see in the stores and we can go pick it up and give a big middle finger to both Apple and Microsoft. But until that day, I'm just going to have to side with the sociopaths at Apple instead of funding a psychopath like Bill Gates. Sucks having so few options. Well, Internet, I hope this somehow helps you to inform your decision. Deuces.